Hi again, horse peeps. Welcome to Magic Moon Farms. This is Diane, bringing you another tidbit of horsey information. Hopefully it'll be good horse keeping information. Hopefully some of it will even be something that will help you to budget your horse keeping expenses, because let's face it, horses are an expensive passion. Coming to you live from the tack room and feed room. What I wanted to discuss, and hopefully I can do it in a fairly brief manner here, is the subject of pasture. Now you're going to say, hey, you just talked about pasture on your last video. I'm talking about the kinds of pasture that we keep our horses in. Most pastures that people keep their horses on are clear cut. There might be an occasional tree here and there, but for the most part, they're clear cut, and we have come to accept that as the standard for horse keeping. Well, something that's been the standard for many years may not be the best way to do things. The reason I'm saying this is because there's something called a silvopasture. This has been researched by the U.S. Forestry Service, by, I think it was the Madison Division of Forestry at Madison, Wisconsin University. It's been researched by Cornel University, which of course has an outstanding veterinarian program, and also has been researched by Virginia Tech, which also has an outstanding veterinarian program. I'm sure it's been researched by a lot of other universities, but I'm going to focus on that, right? Those four universities, to show you that this is not something that's just off the wall on Wikipedia or anything like that. There's actual research out there. What, you may ask, is a silvopasture? A silvopasture is actually the most natural way to keep your horse. What you do is, when you create a silvopasture, you leave as many large trees and other natural structures in the horse's pasture that you can, like some decent bushes. If there's a large rock that doesn't have any crannies or anything in it that the horse is going to get its hoof caught in. If you've got any kind of a pond that is safe, it's not something that the horse is going to get bogged down into the mud in the pond. You can hear our box healers howling. Sorry about that. If any of those things you have in your pasture are there and they're unsafe, make sure you fence them off so your horses can't get into them. Now, on the note of ponds, if you live anywhere in the Gulf states, don't let your horses go anywhere near a pond on your property, even if it's the most gorgeous pond you've ever seen, because there's something called pythium that exists in these the Gulf states. It's, if I recall correctly, it's both a fungus and a bacteria. It's 90% fatal. I had a mare that got it, a good 17 years or so ago, and we had to put her down. And a few years after that, one of her offspring got it. So nix on the ponds if you live anywhere in the Gulf states. Anyway, your silvopasture is primarily a natural setting. Trees, natural, what's the word I'm looking for? Other natural accoutrements that you'd find in the wild. You take out the smaller trees so that your horses obviously have safe room to walk in, and safe area to do some grazing. Now, of course, since you've got trees, your growth of grass is going to be limited, so you're going to have to still supplement with hay. So it's not really a way to save a whole lot of money. But then again, even if you did have more grass growing, as if you've watched any of my previous videos, you're still going to have to supplement either with fertilizing or reseeding, or getting a ration balancer to add to your horse's feed, even if they had plenty of grass. So don't let the fact that a silvopasture is going to have less grass deter you from it, because it's not really going to be that much more expensive, if more expensive at all, if you were to properly keep a full grass pasture. Guys, stop, please. Oh man. Anyway, moving right along. The other little tidbit about a silvopasture is it is a little more work, because you have to walk it at least weekly to check for trees that have become damaged, branches that have become damaged, because we don't want them falling down on our horses, and we don't want them falling down on our fences. Also, we don't want any sharp edges from any branches that may have broken off to be a danger to our horses. So you're going to have to hike your silvopasture a little bit. But all in all, it's a better way for your horses to live, because it's a more natural environment. It makes them feel safer, because they do have some brush that they can use as cover, as it were. It's just a healthier way for them to live. So before you go clear-cutting all that property that you just bought, that you're turning into a horse pasture after many years of wanting your own place, try looking at giving a silvopasture a try. It's I guess initially it's a little bit less work, because you're not having to cut down all of those trees. But in the long run, I think the work's going to balance out. To me, the fact that it's better for your horse's mind, it just makes more sense to do it that way. Not to mention, it's a whole lot prettier than just having a big old open field. I mean, they like getting out of that sun too, just like we do. Anyway, I've gone to almost 8 minutes, and that's a little long for anyone to be listening to me ramble on. But thanks for listening. Go ahead and look the silvopasture up from any of those universities that I mentioned, and see what you think about it. I think it's really cool, and as we construct our silvopasture, I'll be taking some videos and pictures and sharing it with you all. As always, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next go-round. Make sure you get a few wet saddle pads between now and then. Bye-bye.